morning, everyone. Welcome back to Virtual Preschool. I am so glad that you have decided to join me for circle time today. All right, let's figure out what day it is. What was the last day of school we had? Tuesday, yes. Then Wednesday. So today is Thursday, yes. So let's move that rainbow arrow down to Thursday. There we go. And who remembers the name of our month? Yes, it is February. So let's go ahead and count those numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and what comes next? 10. Let's figure out the pattern. Heart, mailbox, mailbox. Heart, mailbox, mailbox. What's next? Heart. Yes, so we have a number 10 with a heart on it, or actually with 2 hearts on it. All right, let's figure out what comes after 10 because that was yesterday, a forest class day. 8, 9, 10. What comes next? 11, and let's figure out the pattern. Heart, mailbox, mailbox. Heart, what? Mailbox. Yes, so we have a number 11 with a mailbox on it. All right, so let's say our whole date. Today is Thursday, February 11th, 2021. All right, so now we need to look out the window and let's figure out what the weather is like at your house. So when you look out your window, does it look partly cloudy, cloudy, sunny, windy, rainy, stormy, or snowy? Now we need to figure out what it feels like, what the temperature is. So when you step out your door, does it feel burning hot, hot, warm, cool, cold, or freezing cold? Remember to have your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa look up the temperature. Almost thought I forgot my microphone. Glad it's still there, or it's there. All right, so yeah, have them look up the temperature so that you can start to figure out what numbers go with what kinds of temperatures outside, all right? Or what kinds of feelings outside, that is. All right, so this week we've been doing Valentine's Day, remember? And today, so that I don't forget, remember at 10:30, we are having our all-class Zoom Valentine's Day party. And you need to remember to bring your Valentine's Day cookie that you made. Wasn't a real cookie, it was a pretend cookie, to share with their friends. And also the red foam heart that was in your packet is going to be for an activity. And the Valentine bingo. Make sure to bring that and something to mark off the bingo spots with. All right? So don't forget. I'll see you there. All right, so let's see what our book is today in our mystery envelope. Let's pull it out. Oh, so this is a book that some of you may have read before. And I'm reading this book this week because Valentine's Day is all about love, right? Showing people who you care about that you love them. So this book is called Guess How Much I Love You. All right, let's find out what happens in this book. Little Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's very long ears. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said Big Nut Brown Hare. This much, said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching out his arms as wide as they could go. Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. That is a lot, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That is very high, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I had arms like that. Wow, that is high, isn't it? Big Nut Brown Hare is kind of a tall rabbit. Then Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. I love you all the way up to my toes, he said. And I love you all the way up to your toes, said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him up over his head. I love you as high as I can hop, laughed Little Nut Brown Hare, bouncing up and down. But I love you as high as I can hop, smiled Big Nut Brown Hare, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. That's good hopping, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I could hop like that. I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river, cried Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you across the river and over the hills, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That's very far, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to think anymore. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes and out into the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That is very, very far. Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. All right, I like that book. I hope you do too. All right, so let me show you what we have today. In your packet, you have a coffee filter that's been cut into the shape of a heart. So and then you're going to also need some water. So I have this in a container with a lid on it so I didn't spill it in the meantime. And in your packet, you also have one of these little eyedroppers. All right. And you will need some markers. All right, so what we're going to do first is we are going to color our heart. And I'm going to do mine a little different than I did yesterday. Yesterday I kind of made a rainbow around my heart when I did it with the Forest class. Today I'm trying something different. So this is supposed to turn out like a tie-dye heart. So the more color you put on it, the better. A couple of my markers don't have a super lot of ink in them. Okay, so there, now you can color however you want on your heart. It doesn't matter, but the more color you put on it, the better. All right, so this is something we would have learned if you were at in-person preschool this year and for our practical life shelf. So to use one of these little eyedroppers, you squeeze the top, then you put it in the water, and then you let go of your squeeze, like that. And then the water comes up into the eyedropper. See if you can see that. Then you're going to take your eyedropper and you're going to kind of drop water on your heart. Now yesterday I feel like I put too much water on it, so I'm trying to put a little less than I did yesterday. Okay, squeeze, water, let go of my squeeze. All right, and any leftover you can squeeze back into your water container. I'm gonna put the lid back on so I don't accidentally knock it down. And I'm gonna hold this up so you can see it. Now, you'll wanna leave yours flat, okay? But here's mine, and you see it's dripping. Now, you can just leave this kind of laying on a flat surface. I wouldn't recommend leaving it laying on wood, but maybe your kitchen counter or something like that, and it should just come right up after it dries. It won't stick. All right, so there's your tie-dye heart. Then we have some really cool cutting practice this week. Remember the magic heart that I taught you how to do for your February calendar? This is the magic heart, plus getting to use a hole punch. Okay, I have the special hole punch. You might have a regular hole punch. You might not have a hole punch at all. That's okay if you don't. But to do this activity all the way, you'll need a hole punch. So in your packet, you have some hearts like this, or they are half a heart, just like we did with the magic heart. So you're going to pick one of those, and first thing you're going to do is use your scissors to cut it out. So you're going to keep it folded, all right? Don't open it. Keep it folded or the magic won't happen. Then you're going to cut on that black line that it looks like half a heart, keeping your thumb up all the time, and go around and like that. All right, then you have, this looks like this. Now you're not going to open it yet, because first you're going to do your hole punching. So you see the little circles? You're going to try to get your holes close to those circles. Doesn't matter if you don't have to be perfect. I won't even get them exactly because it's kind of hard. So you're going to try to punch holes. See, mine are not quite on either, and that's okay. Just go around, try to get them as close as you can. And you can see mine are kind of off from the circles, and that's all right. But then I'm going to open my magic heart. Are you ready? Wow, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Especially with those hole punches in it. All right, so you have several of those that you can do for cutting practice. And then the one more thing I have to show you is Valentine I Spy. Now, we've done quite a few of these, right? So you're going to look at the pictures down here and count how many of those are up here, and either write or trace the number next to it, all right, for each of the pictures. All right, so that is what I have to show you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see everyone at our Zoom Valentine's Day party at 10:30. All right? Bye, everyone.